Hey Summoners, Mithras here. Today we're going to fuse Veromos. To do that we need Makeen, Akia, Argon, and Kume. So typically you're going to get Kume through your secret dungeon, spamming chat, yada yada yada, all that fun stuff. I got very lucky, was able to get him through the light dark scroll. So once you have all your monsters leveled to where they need to be, infused, the underlings, you're going to go through and select them and then fuse Veromos. So just a couple tips. What I do is I like to do some of my summoning sessions. So I actually, purchase premium packs early on to get some monsters for a couple things to help me quickly help try and 6-star monsters, as well as getting a lot of these fusion materials. I was also debating kind of between going for some of the other stuff right away, but I knew that Veromos was going to be a huge account booster, which you will see here. Now I'm going to awaken him to help give me better accuracy, better base stats, and so forth. Some of the things that you need to keep in mind for Veromos that you are going to want, which is nice from the awakening, is that additional accuracy, primarily because his dots are going to be very, very helpful for you in the early kind of mid-range game. And obviously he's an awesome special monster. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to show how I rune him quickly here, just kind of moving into that screen. I've already gone through and done everything. So we're going to take a look at maxed out runes. I didn't want to bore you with all the skill ups on everything. But I go speed, then I go attack, and then I also go HP. So a couple things here. I'm going Violent Revenge primarily because I have Vertihill already, and he's also on Violent Energy. And why I'm doing this is so that I can really, really quickly start farming DB10. The addition of Veromos allows me to quickly almost get close to, I'd say probably a 90% run rate team. So now I'm also going to skill him up. So skilling him up, going to max him out here quickly. I had been storing my Devilmons from the weeklies, as well as any of the events and things I can get my hands on, just for this particular reason, knowing that I wanted to quickly skill up Veromos. So why I made this video was A, to show you how to fuse him, B, why I chose to rune him Violent Revenge. Other ways that you can rune that are very, very common is usually Swift Focus to start, even Swift Energy, really pretty much Swift anything, and then kind of follow the speed. Sometimes people go HP, but I went attack. I didn't want to do crit damage on him, mainly because I was focused on, again, survivability. A lot of times what's going to happen is you're going to use Veromos as your lead monster. So here I'm showing you, whoop, looks like Lynn's jumping in for the party, me 6-starring him. So everything, before I fused Veromos, I made sure I had everything good to go, so that we could start really knocking stuff out. I believe I mentioned it took me about 3 months to get everything together. And here we go with our last couple of skill ups. Now the reason why I did this is, hey, those Devilmons give you a little bit of XP too. So again, just kind of really blowing through this. Yes, level 4 Veromos done. Now we can do dragons. Anyway, most likely you're not gonna, maybe you will have the Devilmons to skill him up right away like I did. But again, this is a huge jump for my account. I could, use friends monsters to help me complete giants, and then also occasionally dragons. But now, once I got him fully skilled up here, the runes that I wanted, Violent Revenge on him, he's definitely good to go. Now, I know that some of the runes weren't real good from a visibility there with the Summoner's War piece at the top, and I apologize for that. It was kind of 50-50 on 5-star, 6-star. Most of those really nice runes I actually was able to achieve and got them from the crafting. So I always recommend, if you can craft early, very, very beneficial. It was a way for me to really pump Vertihil early on. Now what we're going to do is we're going to move into the actual runs. So first I'm going to do giants. This run has been probably close to 100% successful for me. I use Vertihil as my leader. Then I followed up with Bella, Bastat as the support. And then this one here, I'm just going to slowly pop a monster in. So Tassar as a buddy monster, and then Veromos. Now I'm showing this because this is my setup that I use, and I always use a buddy monster. I've already used some for the day, but I'm going to throw Tassar in here and see how things go. Having Veromos a part of this team is going to help you remove any armor breaks on your own monsters, which is great. I really like Bella for this. You can use other monsters such as Colleen as a heal. Really you only need probably one. And Bastat, you know, I was really lucky on this pull. You can use another support monster if you want. Otherwise, you could probably use a damage dealer in place of that. Some other damage dealers, you know, obviously Tassar here, but I use Hua on my main. Hua's great for dealing damage. I do not have any other Ifrits right now. Otherwise, you could throw in Theo or any of those guys as well. But you could, again, like I said, use another type of support monster if you wanted to. So quickly here, gonna whittle away. That Tassar's great. Wish I had him on my main or the Salt. I'd take it either way, you know. Take everything you can get. Quickly here, trying to eat these mobs up for you. But ultimately, again, I get my giants in place with 4 key parts. Then after that, I use that for my kind of daily missions by using my friends there. So here you see the armor break land. Luckily, you know, we got Veromos to pull that off there with his passive. And then again with the additional support. Early on with my other main account, you can run Veromos' lead to get really a lot of energy to help you kind of live through a lot of his attacks. And oh, poor Bella. But as you can see, we made it through. Tassar, my buddy, with the final blow and a new record time. So not bad. Again, about 4 months in on this account. I'm gonna sell that. I typically only keep 6-star runes. Now we're gonna move into dragons. So the real reason why I made Veromos the way that I did was in particular for dragons. So here I do not use a friend monster. I use my own. So I actually go Vertihil, Kunmaya, Bella, Veromos, and then Bastat. So really, if you look at it, I got 2 healers, a big support monster, speed, and then Veromos. So I'm going to be going, as you can see here, switching off to the face to right crystal boss. So this right crystal boss DB10 team is fairly efficient. I would say it's probably about 90%. Every once in a while, I will wipe. I'll get unlucky, you know, all that RNG. But this is a very solid team. Kunmaya with the additional cleanse is definitely a must for this team. The other thing obviously that you could do is get more damage dealers, but again, this team just happens to work for me. The other cool thing is obviously, as you can see, that I have 2 5-star monsters in the run-ins here. So you don't need all 6-star monsters to do this. Granted, Vertihil was a very lucky pull as well, right away from my account. So this is the spot where every once in a while I could potentially wipe. And when I say wipe, I set up my wipe. So just like that. Once that armor break lands, these guys hit pretty hard, and if they get their attacks off just right, usually I will either lose Verhill or I will lose Bella here. And in this situation, we might get close. We'll see here. So armor break, luckily we were able to remove it. Very close on Vertihill. So here we go, quickly trying to make mincemeat this last mob here, and then we'll get to the dragon. So again, I really like this team. Like I mentioned, Vertihill is actually violent energy. After I do complete the run here, I will show all the runes on the monsters that I use. The other thing that's been very nice is, as you can see, there's huge similarities between my Dragons B10 team as well as my Giants B10 team. Now, one of the things that I also have to be careful about here and the potential to wipe is going to be destroying this crystal. A lot of times I won't necessarily get it down with a dot. I will actually hit it because I am running auto on both these, and if it's not killed by the dots, most likely the dragon is going to retaliate and kill the monster that destroyed that poor crystal. I'm not certain that this team is actually strong enough yet to go to the face. Might be able to. Bella's a big one for the remove. But you are going to want at least 70% accuracy plus on Bella to make sure the strip's effective. But typically, at least for my teams, either you're going to have really good runes, or you're going to need at least 2 strippers to tackle that giant or the dragon. So as you can see, I got lucky there. The dots took it out. I didn't lose any members of my team here. We're going to try and quickly take this guy down, landing my armor breaks, and getting dots of my own back on the dragon. There's that conversion. But again, this is a very, I would say 3 of those monsters you can easily get. You can run speed. Again, when I first started, I was actually running Veromos again as lead on my DB10 runs, and using a couple different things. Eventually, on my main, I used Spa for a while, and so forth. Oh yeah, that was a little bloop. Yeah, someone called me there. That was really annoying, but I did learn that my but my video capture did not screw that up. So there we go, champion of Dragons B10, runs around 4 minutes, as you can see, but it's more about give me those runes, and that did not go well. Anyway, so that's the team. We're going to quickly here go and take a look at some of the runes and the stats. Whoop, where are you going, Berta? So here again, like I mentioned, violence, energy, I was very lucky on all these runes on Vertihill. Again, crafting, that's my thing. I really appreciate the ability to do that. I think it can lift your account. The resistance one there, you can go, it was kind of my fallback, but the reality is you should probably go health. Bella here, as you can see, has also got additional accuracy. Typically, you should have that in your substats. He's got a little less health than I would like. That should usually be health. And then again, back at Veromos, I did go attack. Sometimes a lot of people go health there as well for their survivability. And Bestat. Again, a lot of nice runes. Spent a lot of time doing a lot of runs. And there is Bestat. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you can see and understand as I quickly go through and show the rest of my Giants team here, that Veromos is a huge uplift to your accounts. Definitely try and get them as fast as you can. In my case, I was able to create both a Giants B10 and Dragons B10 team with them. Anyway, enjoy the video.